Hi, my name is Anant, and I'm an incoming sophomore at Lynbrook High School making an omnidirectional robot this summer. And this was my second milestone in that process. So my second milestone is actually technically a completely working robot, and here's a demonstration. Yeah, so as you can see, it works. So my second milestone had basically three parts to it. First, making this chassis, which is the wood right here, then mounting these motors to the wood, and lastly, coating the whole thing so that it works like an actual omnidirectional robot. So the first part, making the chassis, was pretty straightforward. I just needed to cut some wood, which actually took a lot of time, but yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, I did face a challenge. And my original chassis design basically had these three legs sticking out of here, so it looked kind of like a drone. But during the sawing, because of human error, I actually wasn't able to make them align to the robot center perfectly, so my wheels were kind of off. And this is where I faced a decision. I either had to take out the legs from the design completely, or I had to resaw and attach them again, hoping that I wouldn't make the same error. And I decided actually to take out the legs, which is where I learned a lesson about compromise and the part it plays during the engineering process. Next, I had to mount the servos to the chassis. And so basically, because of how the servos are made, it requires another part called a shaft bearing to stick the shaft in without it moving. I did not want to buy a huge pack of shaft bearings just for getting 3 of them, so I decided to make my own with these steel bars. And after spending some time on that, it seemed to work perfectly. So this is where I learned about how ingenuity plays a key role while making a robot such as this. Lastly was the coding, which is definitely the hardest part of getting to my second milestone. So during the coding, I actually faced a lot of problems, and the first one was that I had to solve just the basic physics problem of this whole project. Given an arbitrary velocity, at what speed do you move each of the 3 wheels so that you can go in that velocity with 0 angular momentum? And I spent a few days with this until I realized that the computer would do most of the work for me. Even after coding the logic that I thought was correct, I realized that the robot didn't work. And so I spent a few days troubleshooting and then looked at someone else's code and saw that I mapped the values incorrectly. After fixing this in a long process, it finally seemed to work. And so I learned about how important troubleshooting is and perseverance. For my next milestone, I'm going to attach ultrasonic sensors to each of these sides of my robot and make it autonomous so that it can move through a maze. Yeah, thank you.